Hello. Just like I told you, most of my systems are offline, but this one this time can be hosted. This is sales management, and this is the icon. So when you click on the icon, this icon here, right, it opens the system, and this is how the system looks like. It's not yet, it's a prototype of what they want. So when they pay for it, I can host it online, but for now, it's offline. So this is the admin. Admin comes, and this guy wants he deals in alcohol, sells beer, right? So has sales agents. He's like a distributor of a big company, buys and gives to his agents to go and sell one by one, or in retail, to sell in retail. Good. So he wants to just sit and look into the system online and see what, and track, follow up what they are doing. So he can add those salesmen there. Let me add a salesman called Casebag Cattle. This is my sales agent from Masaka City. Contact number. I put a contact number. I put a password this agent will use, because they are not in the same place. That agent will base wherever they are and log in and do the work online in their side of the system. So I can say this is a good guy, hardworking, good guy. I can put a note anytime about that sales agent. So that is Casebag Cattle. Casebag Cattle will be always logging in to make transactions. So let me log in as as sales agent. Good. Casebag Cattle will log in with a number, with his phone number and his password. So now there are two different users logged in. According to the owner, he gets merchandise. Is it merchandise, and gives to the different agents. So when the agent receives that merchandise, they record it that I have got this. Target stock, everything is now on 0. So they add that product. They deal in alcohol. So we have a brand here called Nile Special. Let's say the consignment was brought today, and probably the expiry date is in that amount of time. Probably it is 6,000. And the quantity, he got 30. That agent got 30. So he records the product. You see, it's not approved. So wherever the boss is, they will just look into the system and see that there is somebody, there is stock waiting, pending what? Pending being approved. Because when they receive it, they have to enter it in the system, and this guy approves it. They cannot sell anything until it's approved. You see, via sales there is nothing. So here where there is stock, it's not yet approved. So this guy, the admin comes, clicks on stock for Casebag Cattle, and it's meant to be good. When he clicks there, you see this one has gone away. That means it's approved. Where there is no one, it means it's approved. Good. Now, when Casebag Cattle comes here and says check status, it will show approved, and even the total here will change. Before approval, the total here is 0. After approval, the target. Of course, these are guys who work with the targets. It is called they have to meet that target. It's like a threshold where to see that you've not yet sold this amount of thing for this long. So in this stock, they are supposed to present that amount of money up there. So you've seen the approval part. Now this guy comes and starts selling. Good. I'm selling this product, what I have in stock, and let me sell one item for easy mathematics. Now they normally give bonuses. This part where there is a 0 is for bonuses, but let him not give any bonus. So he sells. When he sells, You can choose any quantity of products here where you see 1, but I chose 1. So it is 6,000. Each item is 6,000. So after he sells 6,000. Now there is customer name. The system is still work in progress, slightly, very little. He made a recommendation that when he sells, even in cash, the customer's name has to be recorded. Let's say the customer is Lutakome, and he pays 6,000, and he pays 6,000. So the customer who has paid, and the agent gets the money and clicks save and makes the sale and prints the receipt. Good. And prints the receipt. Now, so I'll change. He said I should change data to customers so that all customers, for example, if I say Musoke is a name, address Masaka City, he said they don't give credit. So afterwards he said they don't give credit, and Musoke is a good customer. Now the agent is recording the customers before making a sale. For the first time, I didn't record the customer, but this is what happens when you record the customer. When you come there, now they are selling the second time, they are also selling one item, and say Musoke. So you see, now the name comes. That's what I mean. If the customers are recorded, I had reserved the name, the naming of who was bought to people who are taking on credit, but the guy said all customers should be recorded, and so that's what I did. And he said they don't give credit, so that means I will change this data to customers so that all customers first are recorded, because it's not like a shop. Customers are flocking in. Customer comes at intervals. They can record each customer as they come in. So, and I save. You saw that thing of searching for the customer name. So then I can print. Yeah, I can print. Let me make another sale. Still to Musoke. This time I can cancel the sale. So when I cancel it, it goes back. So here, this guy can view everything. The stock expires on and 6,000. So that kind of thing. So you see, they are only 28, because the third one I have not sold it, I've cancelled it. It expires on, and price for each, that is it. Now he said that this thing should be turned to customers, but for me I thought it's many times it's normal to record only your data, the people who have not paid you, so that you track their dates. But he said all customers should be recorded. Good. Now that is his recommendation. Now, so I have to change that to customer. Now clear date, still I'm going to remove it, because no customer has paid less. If the customer had paid less, that becomes automatically date. But still there was a provision for clearing a date of these data who are now customers. And since no one has paid less than 6,000 of the cost of the product, no one is coming up. Otherwise, any name would be coming up if they had paid less. And in this case, they don't have, they are made to pay all the money. Otherwise, they are not recorded. Now, so the agent has sold 2 products, each of 6,000. Supposing the guy recommended that, supposing there is an expense incurred, probably this guy took some drinks. Okay. Or snacks. Let me say snacks. The agent is spending. This is expenditure now, it's not income. So I ate some food, I ate something, some snacks, etc. This amount is of 5,000. Yeah. And they have to record everything, because they are not in the same place. They are in different areas. This guy is in a different place. They are also somewhere in the field working. So he can get them iPads, not iPads necessarily, but tablets or even laptops. But I think a tab would be more convenient. It's just easy to record the sale than a tab. So then now they are recording that expense. Still it's pending. He has to say, oh, is it a valid expense? So he goes there. It's not counting anything, just like before it's approved. But when it's approved, you see the figure here changes. And even here, when the guy comes and checks status, it shows it's approved. So out of 6,000, out of 12,000, the two products the agent sold, he has spent 5,000. That means he has to deposit 7,000 here. The owner, I'm showing one little transaction, but at the end of the day, the product sold and the expenses, when you remove the amount deposited, the three things have to tally. They have to be related. So if there was an approved expense of 5,000, that means there's a bank called here Centenary. He's supposed to deposit 7,000, because if he had not spent the 5,000 on snacks, that would have been 12,000. So, but they are allowed to spend so during the costs of doing business. So supposing this is the slip, the payment slip in a bank. Now this is bank deposit. I don't know how a payment slip would look like, but I think it can look like that. So this guy said there is that number on the slip, on the voucher. So that's what they record. That's what he said. So when was the deposit? Let's say today. And I click save. So still, this guy has to verify. Yeah, this guy, now you see there are two deposits. One is not approved, it's of long ago, because maybe this guy said, you give me my money, you didn't, I don't understand, you're supposed to deposit this, you didn't deposit the real amount. So this transaction, you see there are two here. So the latest, this one of Cashback Cattle is here. So if he sees it's okay, because he at the end of the day he expects 12,000, but the expenses of Cashback Cattle, that means he has deposited this, but actually he doesn't even see that accountability from here. Here he just accepts what he thinks is a valid. If he gets a message on his phone that this amount has been deposited on this voucher, and he sees it here, then he will have to come and yes, when I click there, automatically I don't need to click anywhere else. Automatically it should show approved this side. So that is how it is. It doesn't go beyond that. Now the admin wanted to be able to view the statuses. So here there is a deposit that this guy didn't agree with the agent, so he didn't approve it. So he's still saying, this thing, there's something wrong with it. Of course, if anything is wrong in terms of spelling, the admin only has the right to delete that expense or edit it. If he thinks it's not valid, the agent has to account for it. He can just dismiss it. So he can dismiss even the sales agents. He can delete them or edit their passwords so they cannot get to the system. Yeah, they can edit them. But in this case, he wants very much to see to track the sales, mostly at the end. So these are the agents, the records. He wanted it to be looking like this. At first, I thought he wanted a balance sheet or a trial, rather a financial statement or a balance sheet or an income statement. But I realized he wants a summary thing. Like in QuickBooks, it's called a summary report, kind of. That's what he wanted. So that's what I did for him. So it looks like this somehow. So let me look, for example, for Cashback Cattle. Everyone is called Cattle. So let me look for Cashback. There. So this is Cashback Cattle. You can see everything. This is also a reflection in case all the sales were sold. So the target is this. He has sold 12,000 and he spent 5,000. So when you remove 12,000 from 5,000, he deposited 7,000. So the real revenue after expenses is 7,000. That is it. So what is remaining in stock is this. That is it. If you remove 12,000, what remains? So it's tallying very well. You see, supposing stock is 0 and he has no expense, then the target must match the revenue. Or he didn't give bonuses and there are no dates. So that is how it works. It doesn't go well beyond that. So even here, the sales agent can track himself. That's it. Thank you. Ta-da. Yeah.